It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools, where we test science IQs, and we invite you to test your own and play along with us today. See how many of these questions you can answer right. Let's meet today's teams, two outstanding elementary schools. First, let's welcome the team from Kenilworth Elementary. Say hello to Morgan. Hey, Morgan, nice to have you on the show. She's a fifth grader over there. Charlie is our captain. Hey, Charlie, good to have you with us. And Zachary, the Z-Man, is over there. Indeed, great looking team. Like the shirts, guys, like the shirts. Leeland is with us. Also some great shirts over there. Sonia, welcome to the program. Nice to have you here. More fifth graders. Our captain is Sophia. Hey, Sophia. And there's Elijah over there. He tells me he's a good cook. Yeah, and he's a good science student too. Here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game according to categories. There are 6 categories of questions. If you don't know what they are, let's share that with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. The easier questions worth 5 and 10 points. They're on the left-hand side of the board. Increasingly more difficult questions, 15, 20, 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams have 50 points just for showing up and looking good. And no penalties ever for incorrect answers at the end of the 2 rounds today. One of these 2 wonderful teams will come back to play our game again, perhaps advancing to the semifinals in this, our 37th year of competition in the Prince George's County Public Schools. Let's have a good game. We go alphabetically, K before L, so Kenilworth and Charlie. Let's go. Give me a category and a number.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25. We're going to go for the big one in that category. It is a multiple choice question. Listen carefully. Birds that live in large colonies like penguins and herons are known as nefarious birds, gregarious birds, or altruistic birds. All right, Charlie.
Nefarious?
Not nefarious. All right. Gives you a break, Leeland, because it's down to 2 choices here. Birds that live together in large colonies like penguins and herons are known as nefarious, gregarious, or altruistic birds.
Is it altruistic? Okay.
What you got?
Altruistic.
It's the one neither of you chose. Gregarious. If you're gregarious, you like to be around people. You're a people person, or you're a bird person if you're a bird. Okay, no points. Go red. Again, Charlie.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points is a visual question. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio, please, at this beautiful bird. This red-billed oxpecker bird flies onto animals' backs like this giraffe here or a zebra to remove any parasites like ticks that are irritating the animals. Since both the bird and the animal benefit from that relationship, it is known by what S-initialed name? They both benefit. That's called symbiosis. Symbiosis. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We both get something out of it. Okay, no points. No points yet. Okay, come on, Charlie, let's get some points.
Green things for 5.
Green for 5. I know you'll know this one. In a popular Christmas carol, singers are told to deck the halls with boughs of these, Kenilworth.
Holly.
Holly, that's right. Elijah was putting his hand up over there. You have to get into the habit. I like that. I like your enthusiasm. Make sure you push the buzzer, and you got to let Sophia know, and Sonia, you got to let her. nudger, poker, push that buzzer, go. 3 heads better than 1, same with Zach and Morgan here. Okay, you're all holding on to that buzzer there. That's an option as well. All right, good points there. Charlie, go.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline, 20 points. Multiple choice again. A newly discovered semi-aquatic dinosaur that looks like it dove for fish and insects has been given the species name Polydontus. Does that mean its many feathers are more like scales, its large amount of fat helped keep it buoyant, or it had a lot of teeth? Sophia.
C.
A lot of teeth. Polydontus. Dont like in dentist, and poly means many. Nice. You got those 25 points. Good. Go. Green.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10. While steroid use to achieve muscular growth is dangerous and banned, this green plant has long been touted by cartoon character Popeye as a safe muscle builder. Kenilworth.
Spinach.
That's right, spinach. He would rip the top of the can off, and I hate raw spinach, but you know, he'd eat it. We all tried it as kids. Okay, good. 65 to 70, you're 5 points behind. Go, Kenilworth.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15. While most of us can manage 2 or 3 octaves, I don't know if any of you are singers. I know Sonia's a dancer over there, but most of us can manage 2 or 3 octaves. But singers like Mariah Carey and Prince can and could reach 4 or 5 octaves, all because of their special voice boxes, otherwise known as these. Another name for voice boxes, Kenilworth.
Vocal cords.
Not quite. Good try. Leeland, another name for your voice box. Really well developed in elite singers. It's called a larynx. Larynx, L-A-R-Y-N-X. That's the other name for a voice box. Tough question. All right, the advantage is still red. Go.
Something small.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. I like this question. There's a new book out called Fuzz, F-U-Z-Z, When Nature Breaks the Law. It's about bears that get away with breaking and entering into houses. It's about seagulls that steal your picnic on the bench on the beach. And these largest of America's deer that jaywalk across roads in Maine. Kenilworth.
Moose.
Moose, yeah. They don't get tickets, though. They jaywalk. They don't get thrown. They're too big. They can walk where they want. All right. Tie score, 70 all. Buzzer says the first round is over. Well matched. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here today. Hope you're enjoying this program. 2 outstanding elementary schools. And before we ask any more science questions, let's get to know our players a little bit. Let's go over to Kenilworth. And Charlie, Kenilworth has not been here in a couple decades. So long before you guys were on this earth. I know former county champs in 92 and 02. Tell us about Kenilworth. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Miss Evans.
And I know out there cheering for you today. And who's the coach of your team?
Miss Grove, also my mom.
That's your mom, yeah, Miss Grove. And I know she's very proud to have you here today. And any alternates on your team? Or is it just the 3 of you?
Yes. No, there's an alternate. Gabby?
Uh-huh. Very good. And we appreciate that. Alternates are an important part of this team here. Something about Kenilworth that you would like everybody at home to know about. Something that's really cool about your school. Bet you got good teachers there. Good teachers, yeah, and you have clubs like Science Bowl, yeah,
Yep,
and
Science Bowl.
yeah, I know it's been in Bowie for a long time, and I know you enjoy being there. I know the teachers enjoy you guys. What do you want to do someday, Charlie? Have you thought about that?
I would like to be a zoologist.
A zoologist, yeah. And Charlie, no dog yet at home, right? No, we got to get Charlie a dog. Yeah, if he wants to be a zoologist, some pet, something to take care of there. All right, let's find out about your teammates. Morgan, nice to have you here. You told me you wanted to move to Australia someday because you like the animals there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. In particular, what animals do you like?
I think I like some of the snakes, not all, but I also like the animals and also the beaches sometimes, because there's usually a lot of beaches, and there are like a lot of interesting animals that live there, like
Absolutely
a platypus.
right. Yeah, it's like a land that time forgot. You know, some of the echidnas and platypuses that, you know, lay eggs, you know, strange ways of reproducing. What do you do in your spare time, Morgan?
In my spare time, I usually sometimes play with my dog, go outside, read a book, or play video games.
These are all great things to do when you're a kid, and I like your discipline and your attention here today. You're playing a really good game. Zachary, nice to have you with us today, and you already know you want to play for the Baltimore Ravens someday, yeah?
Yeah, the Maryland Terrapins and the Baltimore Ravens are the players that I want to play wide receiver for.
Yeah. And what position you want to play?
Wide receiver.
Ah, I see. And if you're not playing football, what are you doing?
I play like a lot of sports.
A lot of sports.
Like
That's cool.
different sports, so I might be playing that. I might be watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
I might be playing video games, watching my favorite games.
You're an active kid over there, and that's good, and you're just taking it all in. Yeah, learn as much about the world as you can. Nice player. Let's go over to Leeland. Leeland, you guys have only been with us for a couple of years. It's so nice to have you. You're a charter school. Tell us who your principal is, Sophia.
Our principal is Miss Williams.
Yes, indeed, and I know she is so excited for you to be here today. Who is the coach, or your coaches?
Our coaches are Miss Awana and Miss Lawson.
Wonderful, and they've been both here. They've been on the other side. They've helped us judge Science Bowls in the past. We appreciate both of them being here and for taking time to get you guys ready today. Like the team at Kenilworth, I like those nice shirts that you get to keep over there, advertising that you're on the Science Bowl. Sophia, you have an alternate, don't you, on the team?
Yes, we have Logan.
Logan, yeah. Logan's going to be coming out in just a few moments here, so we can give him some FaceTime. Tell us something about Leeland that, if we don't know anything about it, what should we know?
Well, I feel like you should know that at Leeland, we do this thing. We have in class. We usually do this thing called success time, where we like learn on our individual level.
Yeah.
And also the teachers, they're really nice. And
that's important. You know, if you don't have nice teachers, you don't want to go. You know, and also, if it's not fun, you don't want to go. So you got to have nice, decent. Sounds like you've got that down there at Leeland. And I like that you mentioned individual attention, because we all don't learn at the same pace. Nice to have you here, Sophia. Tell us what you want to do someday.
when I grow up, I want to be a neurologist because I really like to study the human brain. It's like really interesting to me.
Absolutely, and we know very little about it. You know, it takes a small amount of space up there, but boy, we really can't know all that it can do, even after all these years. Elijah, future cook, says he likes to make breakfast. If we come to your house for breakfast, what are you going to make for us?
I'll make pancakes, sausage, and other times I'll make like an egg sandwich.
Ooh,
That's what I've been learning to cook.
Yeah, we'll be over Saturday morning. Thank you, young man. Yeah. Have you always liked to cook?
Actually, it's a recent thing. I've been liking maybe the past year or so.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Why'd you want to be on this show?
Why do I want to be on this show? I really like science. It's actually my favorite subject.
Wow.
I love everything about it. I mostly like the universe. It's so big, yet we know so little about it.
Well, you're so well spoken. You have a great sense of curiosity about the world. You're in the right place here, young man. Sonia, nice to have you with us today. You're a dancer, aren't you? Yeah. Do you do performances?
Yeah, I did a performance last year, and
Yeah.
I do jazz, contemporary, ballet, and also hip hop.
Wow. So that's very athletic. That's almost like a sport if you're a good dancer. Would you like to be a professional dancer someday, or what are you thinking?
When I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur and like make things that people really need but aren't made.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes we don't know that we need something. Like, who would have thought we all have to carry around a cell phone? You know, it's like now you can't live without it, can you? You leave home and you think, if I don't have it, I can't live. I've got to go back. Nice to have you here. Let's get back into the game. Tie score, 70-all. Kenilworth and Leeland. Lots of points to give away. Last correct answer came from the red team. Charlie, let's go.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. The eruption of the Mauna Loa volcano in Hawaii is producing VOG, which means volcanic smog, along with what irritating gas with the formula SO2? That is sulfur dioxide, SO2. S sulfur, 2 atoms of oxygen there, a greenhouse gas. All right, go again, red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. All right. The James Webb Telescope showed Neptune to have rings, just like Saturn, and clouds made of this greenhouse gas with the formula, I'm going to give you another chemical formula, CH4, which is the same stinky gas that cows make. Kenilworth.
Pass it to Zach.
Methane.
Methane. You got it, Zach. That's what we wanted to hear. Good. All right. He knew the stinky stuff. Go, Kenilworth.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Oh, this is an interesting question. Are you good spellers? Yeah, we're going to find out. While Taurus, T-A-U-R-U-S, is the zodiac sign for the bull, the tarsus, T-A-R-S-U-S, is the name of this bone that is the joint between your tibia and the metatarsals. What body joint am I describing between the tibia and the metatarsals? That's your ankle. That's your ankle. The tibia is one of the 2 bones in the lower leg. You have a tibia and a fibula, and the metatarsals and the tarsals are the bones in your feet. There are more bones in your feet than anywhere else in your body, which makes sense because all of our weight is on them. Okay, let's go, Red.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri, 25 points. A new machine called the Moxie machine that looks like it'll be able to change Mars's carbon dioxide into oxygen, because you know we're trying to go to Mars. So if they can change the carbon dioxide into oxygen so we can breathe up there, that would be tremendous. Currently, that machine is aboard what P-initialed Mars rover, a name that means sticking to something when times get...
Perseverance.
You got it. All right. Sophia, you had that look of confidence over there. You knew it cold. Perseverance it is. Good. Go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Meteor showers, like the Perseids and the Leonids, contain bits of meteor, as well as debris from these heavenly bodies, known to look like dirty snowballs with tails.
Comets. Comets.
Comets, that's right. Good. All right, now we're starting to cook. You're getting used to the program. 95 all. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Oh, multiple choice question. Careful here. The solstice that occurs in late December marks the longest day of the year in England, Australia, or Mexico. Someone's got to ring in.
England.
Not England. Nope. The longest day of the year in England, Australia, or Mexico, occurring in late December when the solstice takes place, Sophia.
Australia?
Australia is right, yeah. Morgan, I thought maybe you were going to get that one because you're headed down to Australia. In the southern hemisphere, late December is the beginning of summer. You know, up here the solstice is the beginning of winter. Okay, places above the equator. Go again, please. Green.
Green things for 15.
Green things, 15 points. The 2022 White House Christmas tree was a concolor fir, a tree renowned for its beautiful citrus aroma and the fact that it keeps these for a long time.
Leaves.
Kenilworth.
Leaves.
Another word.
Needles.
Needles, yeah, it keeps its needles for a long, because you know, you buy a Christmas tree and, you know, if you get a bad one, whew, pretty soon it's like hair all over the floor, needles everywhere. All right, 110 to 105, you have a 5-point lead, go Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. If these body parts are concave, they're known as innies.
Belly buttons.
Belly button.
Belly buttons, yeah. Innies versus outies. Come on, Elijah. Help Sophia over there. You know, she's coming up with things. If you have an idea, let her know so she can push that buzzer. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25 points. Big one in that category. Each season on this second largest planet in our solar system lasts for 7.5 years because it takes this planet almost 30 years to orbit the sun once. If you know your solar system, there are 8 planets. The second largest will get you 25 points. Leeland.
Saturn.
It is Saturn. Good. Go. Green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Your question? America's pronghorn antelope, very fast animal, is not an antelope at all, since it's the only animal that sheds its horns, which are often confused with these, and then grows the horns back the next year. Kenilworth?
Tusks.
Sorry?
Tusks?
No. Leeland? The pronghorn antelope is the only animal that sheds its horns each year, and they grow back. Horns are often confused with what else? Antlers. Antlers. Deer shed their antlers, but these antelopes shed their horns. That's what makes them so unusual. Okay, go again, please. Green, you have a 10-point lead. Sophia.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Here it is. Oh, you better get on that buzzer. Don't you miss this one. This ungulate's glowing proboscis, which led others of his kind to call him names, ultimately saved Christmas Day.
Rudolph
Sophia,
the red-nosed reindeer.
You got it, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, with that shiny red nose. Yes, indeed. Guided Santa's sleigh. Go Green.
Sign potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Forensics experts in police departments have now started examining ammunition casings for particular marks and scratches by literally putting them under these common laboratory instruments. Kenilworth.
X-ray.
Not X-rays, good try. Under these common laboratory instruments, they're putting these bullet casings under the what?
Under the microscope?
Yeah, under the microscope. Exactly right. Good. Yeah. All right. Go Green.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5. How many of you know something about mythology? You know the gods? All right. Here's a story from mythology. Because Prometheus stole fire from the gods, he was bad. He was forever condemned by Zeus to be chained to a rock where an eagle would fly down every day and peck away at this largest internal organ, the only one we have that can go back again. Sophia.
Liver.
Liver, you got it. Yes, indeed. The liver. Boy, that must have been a horrible torture. Yeah? Just for stealing fire? Go figure. Go Green.
Dateline signs for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. The largest dinosaur, if you're a dinosaur person, you're going to know this. The largest dinosaur to ever walk the earth, the Patagotitansaurus, had one of these upper leg bones that was as tall as a 6-foot man. Name the upper leg bone. Charlie.
Femur. Pass it to Morgan.
Femur.
Femur, you got it. Thank you, Morgan. Good. Go. Red.
Dateline for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Big one in that category. In 1947, what insects that have been used in many genetics experiments, found around your house, especially in the kitchen, and known to scientists as Drosophila, hitched a ride on the V-2 rocket, making them the first animals ever to go into space? Kenilworth.
Pass it to Morgan.
Morgan.
Spider.
Not spiders, good try. What insects now? What insects? Used in genetics experiments, often found around your house, especially in the kitchen, known to scientists as Drosophila, hitched a ride on a rocket ship way back in 1947, making them the first animals in space.
Pass to Elijah.
Come on, Elijah.
Flies.
Good try. Fruit flies. Fruit flies. Yes, all right. All right, go Red. You're behind still by 25 points.
Green things for 25.
Tie it up. Let's see if you can tie it up. Here's a 25-point question in green things. The cellulose that makes up all plant cell walls is chemically related to this carbohydrate that is found in bread and potatoes and is often used to stiffen clothing. Starch. What you got?
Starch.
Starch is right. Yes, indeed, for 25 points. And that means we have a tie score, and we will continue into sudden death. The next correct answer will win the game. Give yourselves a hand. You did really well so far. All right, it's all going to come down to one question left. And Charlie, you get to pick it.
A zoo parade for 25. Or zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. All right, listen carefully, guys. Everybody. President Biden insisted there would be no foul play when he pardoned 2 of these birds. Kenilworth.
Turkey.
Turkeys is right, yes indeed. They were called Chocolate and Chip, and that means Kenilworth will win our game. It was a turkey question. Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment to verify that score and conclude what has been a wonderful game. See you in a moment. What a game it was here today. As you saw, it came down to the very last question, a tie score, dead heat there. And that just testifies to the skill of all these young people here. Not only are they great students, they're great sportsmen. They've been congratulating each other as they should because they are great ambassadors for their school. I'm proud of all of them. I know you are as well. Our final tally today is Leeland 160, Kenilworth 165. Congratulations to Kenilworth. Charlie, tell us who's standing back there.
So this is Miss Grove, also my mom.
AKA Mom, yes.
This is Gabby. And this is Miss Evans, our
Wonderful.
principal.
Congratulations, guys, and good luck in the next round. And a round of applause for that Leeland team over there. All wearing shirts, and their names are all on the back there. So, Sophia, would you do the honors? Tell us who you brought with you.
Okay, so this is our alternate, Logan.
Yeah.
This is one of our coaches, Miss Awana. This is our principal, Miss Williams, and this is our other coach, Miss Lawson.
You did a nice job. You remembered everybody, and Charlie too. Thank you all for being here today, playing a wonderful game. I hope you both come back and play the game again, and I hope you tune in next time for another edition of Science Bowl. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.